That problem fell on my desk. I'm going to find a way to solve it, such as your pothole problem. That should have been done. There's no reason I should have went all the way up a chain to a congressman. That's a joke. You should have gotten a resolution, not just being pawned off. We don't, and on both sides of the aisle, we are, it doesn't matter which, I'm going to talk to you about policy, not politics. We could get very divisive in this room real quick either way. I'm not here to divide, I'm here to bring together. On my flyer, it says all of us. Unfortunately, there's people that are out there that will look at me as color, look at you as color, look at you as color. We are all together. Community means all of us. And that, I think we've lost that. And I want, in the 8th district, the South Side is the biggest, most diverse of all of the sides of this town. All districts, counties, all of it, doesn't matter. We have a lot of Hmong, we have Indian, we have obviously Latino, it's 70% Latino, obviously we have black and white. But we've made it so uncomfortable, and it shouldn't be like that. And I want to bring it together. I'm going to bring it together. And if not me, I'm going to put the heat on Joe Costa. If she wins, put the heat on her. There's no reason, as I was going to say, that our representatives on both sides of the aisle, I'm not here to be divisive. I'm here to bring it together, all of us. And that is that they get comfy once they're in there. They get that seat, they're getting that paycheck, and they're going to do, at times, the most minimal possible. And that's not right. Especially after they voted themselves a raise, I think they should have gave some money back. Unfortunately, Milwaukee has become the murder capital of the United States. Worse than Baltimore, Chicago, LA, New York. Not what we need to be known for. Not at all. Nearly 33 out of 100,000 deaths is here in Milwaukee. In this district, that's a joke.
In the district?
In the city. Thank you. Good call. Thank you. No. I've got it. Thank you for the correction. And I was going to say stolen cars. Yes. We have more stolen cars than New York. New York, if you haven't been there before, the Green Lady, welcome to this country. 11.5 million people, or 8.5 or 11, one of the two, gets it up with Chicago. We have more stolen cars in this municipality than New York. That's a joke. If I was an alderman, I'd be pissed. The murders, we have this casualty, just whatever, shoot them up, light them up, move on. And it's the next thing on the news. That's a shame. I'm getting hyped now and now forgetting what I want to talk about, because until it's one of our family, until it's one of our friends, it's our neighbor, it's on your front lawn, it's like, well, damn, I'm glad I escaped that. Until you don't. But we keep this mindset up. If we keep this going, you understand why people are leaving in droves, if they can leave. A lot of us can't. I own a home in Greendale. Paid for. I could have been there. That's part of the reason of my divorce. I'll be blunt and honest with you. Because I'm going to be blunt and honest with you guys. I'm staying at my house at 29th and Grant. I was born and raised on 36th and Scott. And I'm all the way till I was 25. I'm here. I want to fix this. The easy thing, and especially if you got some money, leave. None of us can really leave. So we need to band together. All of us, the community, we need to come together. Stop looking at others. I don't know about him. I don't know about her. No. We have to come together. And I'm not sitting here to kind of have a kumbaya kind of thing. I'm not. But to lead the nation in reckless driving, murder rate, stolen cars, and we're not far behind on many other things. A month ago, right after the mayor gave himself, and the Common Council, gave themselves a 15% raise, I think you should have gave 15% of the money back. I'm not saying that we're not worthy of raises. I would love to have a resolution to say, based on certain models of what have you, our pay is based on that. I would totally support that. And if I have to give up my whole paycheck to do it, fine. I'm not rich. I'm not at all. I barely have $1,000 in my account, But I truly believe and the people on the south side. We become the silent vote. We become silent because whether it's politically, and I'm trying to do my best. I am just one person. But sometimes you just need that kind of spark to get things going. I'm going to be that spark. I will be a force to be reckoned with. Whether elected or not, I'm going to be all up in their rear. I'll do that as a volunteer. Born and bred in this neighborhood. I've been a scout leader for over 20 years. The problem is fatherless homes. There's a lot of us guys, we have not, well, maybe not you guys, but there's a lot of gentlemen that have not done their due diligence in raising their children. And they become little tyrants, little babies, kids, whatever you want to call them, and you just want to kind of smack them around. But those guys have grown into now adults. They're looking like me, they're looking like you. You can't tell the difference, but they're bold. They'll steal a car right in front of you. What got me into politics was, and my son's no longer here. He was, but he had to go play captain, save. And that being, I got my car jacked in front of my kid. I got run over by my own car. Now it was all on video. There's video in the car. We catch them. MPD did a great job trying to catch them. They went into about 9 high-speed chases, which was because all I did, as my wife can attest, I had my 12-gauge shotgun. It was like, if you don't catch them, I will. Because I can see exactly where they go. I'll find, Mr. Antczak, that's just really not needed. We will, and they really tried for 3 hours. Who has the cops at their disposal for 3 hours? Please raise your hand. Oh, shocking. Only because I threatened more, stupidly, I threatened more violence, and I say that. Did they say, crap, we don't want a bigger problem. We found them. They were charged reluctantly from our DA in that office. I'll tell you, 91% of all gun charges are dismissed before they get to a judge. 9 out of 10 dismissed. Why is that happening?
Judges.
And it's also the law. Because if you get convicted on that, it's a minimum of 5 years. So to wait to skirt the law, it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I got hit by my own car, rolled right over the roof of it, landed on my feet like a cat. Lucky. For being Polish, that's really lucky. Okay, 10 out of 10 times it landed on my head. All right? So we chased them, literally going down the wrong way down Lincoln, and to a point it was just stupid. I could see them. I literally flipped them up, and I'm like, right here. I can see them in the car. We bring the video evidence to the judge. And the DA is trying to talk me out of it. And I'm like, it's your job. She goes, well, we don't have the evidence. You have the evidence. I gave it to you. Well, we don't have that file anymore. How convenient you lost it. How convenient I still have it.
On your phone.
Well, is it really necessary? They're just young kids.
Oh, yeah.
IDGAF.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't.
That's right.
That they needed was a whooping.
Yeah.
They needed a damn daddy in their damn life. Wasn't not my problem at that given moment, but we rely on the law to do so. The law failed us miserably. To find out in court, this was the 3rd time that they got caught stealing a car that year. 3rd time that year. Not saying anything prior. The only person that did jail time that day was me. Tell me how, because the question marks just pop.
Yeah, why?
How does
one
the only person do jail time that day? Let me tell you. I displayed my displeasure with the judge. I had a couple obscenities. And no, it's not scout-like behavior. I'm a Boy Scout by life and nature, okay? But I thought for certain, you caught him 3 times, you're gonna get something. Probation. Again, what happened the first 2 times? Judge told me I need you to kind of chill out. I kicked my chair out as soon as he handed the sentence, and I told him certain things. At that time, a friend who was a bailiff, because I did work in the House of Correction for 20 years, Ryan, I got you. I'm like, you put cuffs on me, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. And the judge is like, you are going, and I'm like, you're pissed at me? You're mad at me. You're not mad at them. $6,000 worth of damage to my car, our car, and you're pissed at me because you feel disrespected. You were disrespected, sir. I was out of line. I should always treat the court with respect. I was brought up that way. Right, but what about for me?
That's
Yeah,
right.
right. Yeah.
What about
exactly.
for us? Because
Yes.
we are suffering. It's our car. We can't even get a cop to come to our house.
Yeah.
Make me feel better. Give me a hug. Make me feel better. Come. Well, how much damage? Do we really got to come? What? So I am very passionate about this. And I spent 2 hours in the cell that day. I didn't have the gall to tell my wife and kids because I was embarrassed by it. No, I was like, oh, you get that charged up about it. I was embarrassed by it. And for that to happen, the judge comes in 2 hours later. I'm sitting in the cell, no shoes or shoelaces. All my stuff sitting on a table right across from me. He's like, have you cooled down? Can we talk? I'm like, no, we cannot talk. You stay on that side of the bars. Because I'm not going to sell out. I would have stayed in there for 2 years just to push the point. All right? This is the type of leadership we need. I'm just some white guy that got ran over by his own car. And we can't say, he needed to be stood up to. I don't care about race. I don't care about who you have sex with. I don't care about all this jazz. Do you live in the 8th district? Yes.
Yeah.
Then you're the people I'm representing. That's all I give a care about. That's all should any of our representatives give a care about. And give us some real leadership. I've been teaching leadership along with Gene, and he can attest for over 20 years, making boys into men. Our average in our Boy Scout troop blows the doors off anybody in the state, not just in our council, not just in our district. 75% of my boys stayed in Boy Scouts because we made it cool. Because it's hard, because the two things, Gene, what do you remember the two things that why boys leave scouts? Do you remember off yet? I'll tell you. Girls and gas. Cars and chicks.
No, there's 3 things.
What's the third one?
Cash, cuties, and cars.
There you go, cash, cuties, and cars.
Hey,
I did the
that's
same
pretty
thing
good
at
to me.
16, man. I mean, I'll tell you like it is. I'll tell you if I screw up. I'll tell you if I did right. But I'm a humble dude. And simple things such as potholes, licenses, way of life should be a lot better. It should be. And I don't want to sit up here and crank it and just kind of tell you, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to let my actions speak. I don't have to sit here and motor mouth all day. Cat can do that. Anybody can do that. We had a great conversation on the radio on the Latino show. Love the energy coming from it. I know. I'm like, no, you feel the room. Veronica will tell you, I'm going to shut up. You feel the energy's right. Let it go. Let's go with it. I don't need to be a focus of the show, but I'm blessed to be on it. And Perfecto and Veronica found it that I would be a good voice for that show. Even though I'm white as snow, I understand it. Many Latinos have brought it to my attention as if I didn't know. Like, yeah, I know. I'm white. I got it. So what? But I'm here for the community, though. And that's what matters. And that's what Perfecto saw in me. That's what Veronica saw in me. When we met when she was running for state representative, that was the oddest thing. I swear you were probably wearing that dress. She was wearing something really nice in high heels. I'm building my wall. I had a wall in front of my house, and I'm building this wall. I'm like, God's great. My wife's looking at me like, why are you looking at me? She's in heels, going door to door. But that's because she really believes in the community. She believes in us. That she went right from work, didn't have time to go ahead and clip those shoes and put on some regular shoes, as I've got my Jordans on, but because my feet are killing me, man. I'm almost averaging 40,000 steps a day, going up to your doors, feeling like I'm playing Ding Dong Ditch with y'all, because everybody's scared to come to the door.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did. And then I got to see, he literally invited me in his house. It's like, come on in. He doesn't know me. I could have been, I'm not packing tonight, But he felt the energy. I just want what's best for our community. Crime needs to come down. The easiest thing to look this up with is spending. Milwaukee was going to be the second city in America besides Detroit to go bankrupt next year in 2025.
Unbelievable.
That has to do with our common council and our mayor spending money they don't have.
Absolutely.
That's been going on
For a long time.
Long time.
That has everything to do with the county board
Them too.
and the nonsense that took place with the pension.
Exactly. Yeah, that pension, which I benefit from. I'll tell you I benefit from that because I'm working with the House as a corrections officer for 20 years. I technically benefit from that. I don't need Dan's advice. He's already up my ass right now.
No.
You know, what did you benefit from? I'll tell you all. I've got no secrets to hide.
Yeah.
You know? And I was late to my own fundraiser tonight because of those two. You know, because now they want to bust my chops because Joe Costa's filing complaints. I'll let you know. But they want to beat me. Juan and her want to beat me in the courts, in the election commission. I don't know if they want to beat me in the streets because they are not hustling. And I will tell you, I put it up on a Facebook page. If you guys don't follow it, please do so. And I want the feedback. And I don't need a bunch of brown noses either. If you don't like something I'm saying, hey Ryan, what about this? Victor, I've learned a lot off your page since I liked your page. Same with you. You know, but half the stuff I can't understand because my Spanish sucks. It sucks, but I can be helped. I can come along. You know, but seeing different sides of a coin. I don't want the tunnel vision. I want people to tell me no. I want people to go, Ryan, no, you're wrong. Ryan, why don't you look at it like this? The assistant in my Boy Scout troop, he's there specifically to go against me. I'll let you know I'm a fiscal conservative. He's a hard-leaning Democrat. And he's always telling me everything I'm doing wrong. And I see some of the things that I wouldn't have seen if I'm just stuck in my own tunnel vision. So I want to be open. I want to fix problems before they start. But we have to learn to be fiscally responsible. You know, the first two things after, you know, Joe Costa had supported it, you know, as far as their pay raise, is that they voted themselves. When the money came in from the state to allow them the sales tax, the first or the second thing, don't hold me to it. So if anyone's talking to Dan Weiss, it's fine. I just know is that there's a 1-2 combination that they gave themselves a raise, and the other part was putting $353 million towards the streetcar. The streetcar had very few of us run. If you support it and you like it, great. God bless you. Get on it. I was literally the first streetcar operator. It was me. Yes, I know. I didn't pick the job. They picked me. Even though I put together almost 1,000 signatures to go against it, after they built it, they picked me. I'm like, all right, I kept my political views quiet. Nobody knew a thing. Showed up to work every day. Hauled ass every day. Got promoted, and then City Hall did a background check on me on my Facebook account and figured it out. I know, and I was playing checkers, but at least I'm open enough to admit. All right? But my point is that you get all of me. The Legion Post that I belong to, that these two gentlemen in the corner can tell you about, you're getting all of me. You don't get part-time. I don't care about ruffling up some feathers. I'm here to make progress. And the Post didn't make progress because of me. It made progress because of we and others that were involved. But I need the team. And I don't want you guys to get scared. Say something. Do something. You are like the king of it, man. I'm watching you with the homeless. Walter does a ton. And I'm going to throw some love Walter's way. We don't know each other really well at all. Okay? So, and I'm not brown-nosing you, but I love what you did with the homeless, going over to the county bus lots, if you will, or
Parking rides, yeah.
and helping them out. Let's help those guys get on their feet and get them into a house. Get them some basic food. I get it. I'm not against it. Yes, it looks bad. But why? Why are we there? Let's solve the problem. So I'm not here to talk politics. You want to paint me into a red corner, that's on you. I'm here to bring it together, for all of us. And I preached that in my flyer. I've been preaching it well before I got in this race. All of us. And don't be scared to say something. Because the bullies that I've been tackling for 45 years, they get by on those that are either weak or quiet. That's how bullies operate. My son, for those that know my kid, excuse me, we have two kids that are bigger than me. I'm a big dude. And they're my bodyguards. They're 6'5" and 280 apiece. They can beat, that's what they do. They're my body. My other one is 6'1" and about 210. So good build. They're my security detail. You know what I mean? So they got bullied because they were soft. And I told them how to handle it. Like, you get hit on, they're dumb enough to do that. That's unknown. But he literally just grabbed the kid's arm, but he ended up pulling it out of his socket. The dad comes. We're all in the principal's office. This grown ass, he said, this grown ass man just assaulted my son. I know he's 14. But he had a full beard. He nothing changed with Nate the last 9 years.
He was harassing. He was harassing Ian.
Right.
He was harassing
Or
Ian.
bullying.
So big
Bullying.
brother comes up. He's beating on my kid. The bigger brother comes up, grabs him by the arm, pulls him up, but the arm falls out of the socket because he pulled it so hard. Walks him to the door. Hanging. No, he was hanging. I want to meet. The dad was pissed. If some man beat up my child, I'd be pissed. My point is that we need to stop. We're not all being bullied. There's a lot of voices. Victor, Conquistador, Walter. You're just a busybody. I don't think you're associated with it. You're just a big advocate for the community. And I like going to Victor's meetings, monthly meetings, even though it's not in my neighborhood. I go. I'm going for intel. I'm going to learn things. I want to know what's going on. Like with these stupid sticks. I call them stupid sticks. Who's the fans of the sticks? I know. Illuminators. That's a cute word.
Illuminators, yeah. Oh, my tire on them.
But
What are they?
street cleaners can't clean.
Come on.
There's just a lot of dumb decisions going on. So I'm asking for your guys' support. There's a lot. I would love to debate both Juan for county supervisor and Joe Costa. Both have told me no. When we invited on the show, when Juan contacted her to come on the show, I'm like, yeah, no, bring him. I'm like, yes, but not with Ryan. I'm like, he just wanted to show for himself. And I'm like, no. We did the debate. I want to get in the ring. I am a fighter by nature. Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Spiritually, I'm weak on that, but I'm working. It's a work in progress. But 100 days this summer, if I'm elected, I'm out there. My office is on Layton Boulevard. My office is on 36th and Beecher. My other office is over on 20th and National. Wherever I'm at, you're going to get a day-to-day account of where I'm at and where I'm going to be. What I did, you are going to see your dollars at work because we're really good. Let me strike that. They are really good. Joe Costa was really good at spending our money to get hanging up there. Is it Rapunzel who stays up in the? Yeah. Except she doesn't in the towel, but she doesn't have flowing hair. I'm here to serve all of us, not just a particular part of the community. And I'm not saying the Latinos. She's very big on the LGBTQ community, which is great. I've got nothing against them. But you were blessed. The people see it. Bob was here earlier, Bob Donovan. We put us in those seats. That's our seat. I don't need you just to represent a small portion. And I definitely don't need you to sit up in that tower. I need you on the streets. I need you fixing problems. And hopefully being having a mindset to stop problems before they start. And the crime is the biggest joke of it all. Between the crime and the money, it is a joke. And that is my two biggest things. So I'm going to stop kind of flapping my gums here because it gets old. I know what it's like to be there. All right? Has anybody got comments, questions, concerns? Some that's pissing you off, some that you like. If anybody here can tell me something that they like from Joe Costa, I'd like to hear it. If you like something that because I know technically all of us don't live in the same district, something that your alderman or alderwoman likes, that you like of them, I'd like to know of it. I don't have to write the book. All right? I don't have to. But I'm going to take good ideas from good people. Sometimes dumb people can trip into something really quick too. I'm humble enough to know that I don't have all the answers, but I'm mentally strong enough to tell you I will get you the answers. Even if I don't have control over it, if there's really, I don't know why, but I'll find out why. If I don't have control over it, I'll find out. And I'm not going to, the line that a lot of us have been fed is, we just don't have the money for it. Bullshit. You guys are blowing it. It's like Dumb and Dumber. I mean, if you guys are referencing a movie, they're just, IOUs after a while. They're throwing $100 bills everywhere. That is our common council. That is our county supervisors. And that's a joke. And if they don't like hearing it, change your underwear. I don't really care. Because this is a fight. And I am born and bred to fight. Got my butt kicked around down at UCC back in the day, and then I got big and I was kicking somebody's butts around. All my life I've been doing nothing but fighting. Now I get it, eventually that fight is gone. We have, as I was talking with Bob Donovan's been a great mentor to me. Bob taught me, he didn't have to teach me, but just instilled it, help everybody, love everybody. That's your district, represent your district. Each and every one of them. Like, cool, you don't have to tell me twice. You have kick-ass, there's fighting Bob, and then Bob says you're kick-ass Ryan. And I'm like, I like that. That's cool, But we need representation. I don't need somebody sitting in City Hall and then talk to Patty, and then it gets to a dead end. Patty is not the problem. Patty is the legislative assistant was to Bob Donovan and is currently to Joe Costa. That's not the problem. She is great, but she can't tell Joe Costa what to do. We need better leadership, not just even representation, but leadership. When we saw the defund the police, she was on that train all day. Now I understand what happened in Minneapolis was wrong in many levels. Nobody here is saying, I don't know about that right now. I think we're all in agreement what happened up there.
I disagree. I think that cop got her idea.
I am too.
We shouldn't be sitting in prison.
But the point is that it brought a brighter light to bad cops. But we didn't have to go as so extreme as to defund the police. No. That was the big problem. Now look at the mess we have. Milwaukee, literally, 2020, 2021, 2022, back-to-back champions of the murder, as far as how many that year. Every year it was a new championship belt. Waved it around like a WWE event. That's complete BS. Write checks, and I'll tell you an embarrassment. I have got no shame in it. Well, I actually do have shame in it because my printer didn't bring my envelopes here. But nonetheless, checks are written to Antczak For Alderman. Cash the same way. I just got to make sure I get your names and make sure I record it. That's my big thing. Otherwise, I would have discreetly have passed out envelopes. I don't have envelopes. Next time. And so, if you got any comments, questions, concerns, I'd love to hear it. Another thing is I don't want to waste your time. Whether it's here tonight, dealing with an issue, you're not going to hear back. You should be heard back within the hour, not that day, that week, that month, or never. Unless I'm in a meeting, let you know. Anybody got any issues that they would like to bring to light? Go ahead, Gary.
The bus stop.
Bus stops.
They're embarrassing.
Cleanliness, crime.
Everything, yeah.
So it's like, who's responsible? Is the business that bus stop is next to?
Good kind of
Milwaukee? Is it the
Oh
city?
no, it's a city.
Gene has been a big supporter of mine.
That was too much for them to just find a
The cleanliness is done by MCTS.
They don't do
Yeah.
it.
No, they don't do it. It's horrible.
Not money for that. It's kind of like public schools,
They don't do it.
TA. Thank you, gentlemen. We got phone numbers.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon. All right.
Part of the problem with that in general is there's just a lack of respect for everything that goes on in the community.
Yes.
I've walked down the street and seen people throw. They just came out of a McDonald's.
Yeah, they throw it right in the ground. Yep.
Thing out there, car with them. Well, I got balls enough. I'm going to kick the thing and throw it back right back in the window because it pisses me off. But that's the kind of crap you see all the time.
Oh, yes.
It used to be literally a fine. They don't even address it anymore.
Police are not proactive anymore. They can barely be reactive. You call them and they can barely react, much less proact.
Right.
There's something wrong. And that needs to get to the bottom.
That same thing with those businesses, they don't send nobody out there to clean it up either. Because I live next to a gas station. People throw shit out there every
Everywhere,
day.
yeah.
I never see no one at the gas station Go outside and pick that mess up.
That,
in
and
front
you,
of my house.
That's
that's
true.
part of the city you should address that with the city though.
Yeah, and
Right.
gas stations
Tell
should
them
have
because that's gas station supposed to have somebody to come out and take
Yeah,
care
right,
of that.
Yeah.
And usually a gas station usually gets somebody who's in the neighborhood, give them $20 to pick up the paper.
Right. Make your business look right.
Yes,
Hayden, who is
but you
he's
get
right over there.
you get
He owns a
the
business
city.
in here, and he feels threatened if he doesn't. And it's just like he goes, you asked the wrong person. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but he's had those same issues in our district.
You put fines. You supposed to have the city
Right.
put a fine against them for
I
all
don't
that
care.
trash out.
And I'll tell you, I don't care if I'm ostracized. The more haters, the better I'm feeling. Straight up honest with you. The more you hate, the more I glow.
Rudy Giuliani in New York had a deal he called broken window.
Broken window policy.
And the fact is that it worked while he was mayor.
Right.
And why they don't initiate those kind of things is because normal people don't want it. Liberal politicians don't want to be part of it. That's the biggest problem. You want to push something that's going to work, push broken windows. Plus people from throwing stuff out their car window. And
All
if
the
you pay
time.
for the little shit, the big stuff's going to start to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
We need a DA's office and a
Dumb
judicial
people from
system to
Chicago, I
actually
can't stand
charge
that.
and fine and actually sentence.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Here's
I
a
think one of
problem.
the problems that we're looking at, and I think that would be a good thing for you elected here to fix, is the fact that stop looking at the DA. We have a Milwaukee city attorney who doesn't do his damn job.
The DA, well, there you go. Yeah.
The city attorney is a villain.
Right.
Let's keep it real. I went down, me and Morgan went down and spoke about we're
Let's
going to
close our
donate
comments.
cameras.
Thank you for anything.
Cameras up in certain areas because it's like